Hare Krishna. I'm Dr. Vivekananda Shanbhag, Deputy Director of Bhaktivedanta Group of Hospitals, and sitting in my office of Department of Spiritual Care at Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Today all of us are fighting in the battlefield of Corona, and what I observe in common masses in the society, that the fear factor is coming up very much strongly, and this fear is going to be a weakening situation in our battle against Corona. So today we will discuss in few words about this fear factor. Fears are of various types. One fear is a realistic fear, where things are there and we are fearful of, legitimately. And there is a fear which is based on illusion. We think that we are having danger while we are not in danger. And there is a fear which is caused by ignorance, because of lack of knowledge about the situation, about the gravity of the situation. And all these fears, when they are existing, they cripple our intelligence. The capacity that we have to fight against this battle of Corona can be crippled by the factor of fear. All the doctors, the nurses, the paramedicals, the housekeeping, the police force, and everybody else, the government officials, are fighting on the front line of the battlefield. They are also at equal or more risk than common men in society. So what is motivating them to come forward and fight this battle? Because they are not affected by fear, because they are moved and motivated by the compassion, by the force of compassion to help this suffering society. But when this compassion is not there and the fear is predominantly overwhelming our consciousness, then whatever intelligence we have with which we can fight the battle gets crippled. And the fear factor is such an entity in the human being that it can render the human being useless. That's why we are requesting everybody, as Sri Krishna told Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, armed with knowledge, O Arjuna, stand up and fight. So what is required at this hour of seriousness, the grave situation that we are facing, is to have knowledge, is to have knowledge about the situation completely and realistically, not knowledge in disproportion of causing fear. The knowledge that is required is, we need to know how we can prevent Corona by our intelligence, by acquiring knowledge. What is most important thing that people are forgetting, that the greatest weapon to control the episode of epidemic of Corona is social distancing, is to use mask, is to wash hands again and again whenever we touch any object of any people or anything that comes to our house. We need to do gargles with salt water and turmeric, chew maybe ginger, and do vapors inhalation, steam inhalations, take warm drinks. This is one way of combating the physical fear, by having knowledge how to kill the Corona or keep the Corona away from us. And the second fear, that is mental. Basically it is fear coming from mind that I may be infected, I may be dying in this infection of Corona. But we have to understand that Corona is a pandemic, is a world epidemic, is all encompassing, all comprehensive, affecting everybody. Even if I run away, how much I will run away? The whole world is infested with Corona fear and danger of Corona. So if I run away from Corona, Corona will run behind me. So in either way, I am covered, I am enveloped by the danger of Corona. So what is the use of running away and then dying one day? Better to be armed with knowledge, take full precautions, and go away from the fear and go closer to the people who need your help. As doctors, I feel greatly privileged, greatly honored that I have been given by the Lord and by the government and by the mercy of my family the knowledge, the degree, the capability to serve the suffering humanity at this very juncture of crucial times in their life. Like the army people, when they join army, they know that there will be war one day, and we'll have to give ourselves to the call of the hour of war. If when the war is declared, if you see that the soldiers are reporting sick, then who will fight the war? Where the civilians will look up to? And I'm sure not a single army man is reporting sick when the war is declared. Even the sick soldier is reporting at the place where he is supposed to report to. And he stands up and gets ready to fight. In our Mira Road, Major Kaustubh Rane, who died in the battle against terrorists, his wife has joined army. That is the spirit what we want. So similarly, one of our doctors in Bhaktivedanta Hospital, she asked her father, "Father, tell me what I should do while the corona is upsurging in society and in the world." The kind and intelligent and the real father replied, "Dear daughter, when you joined medicine, didn't you know that there will be epidemic one day? Didn't you know there will be disease one day? Didn't you know you will have to work with people who are suffering from diseases? I suggest you go in the front line and use all your knowledge to serve those who are afflicted by corona." And that is the spirit. And the doctor is working full time in the hospital, in the middle of all these suspects, in the middle of all these dangerous situations, so called. So that's why I'm grateful. I have come here to express my heartfelt gratitude to all those doctors, my brothers and sisters of my medical family, to all those paramedicals, to all those nurses, to all those ayabais and ward boys who are 24/7 standing in front of the patient in the ward, in so-called dangerous zone from the point of view of common men in society. They are doing double duties. Sometimes they get food, sometimes they don't get food. But how bravely they are fighting. And you think they are having no fear in mind? They may be having more knowledge about the whole corona than common man. But are they running away from battle? They are right there in the front. They are taking all the precautions. They are wearing the gloves, they are wearing the mask, they are wearing the covering gears. Whatever is available at the moment of time, at the situation of provisions that we have. We may not have the perfect gears to protect ourselves, but whatever we have, using our knowledge and intelligence, they are protecting themselves, taking adequate rest whenever is available, and standing and fighting and saving people, alleviating their fears. So when one town gets afflicted by some disaster, all other normal towns come to help. But the situation is now in such a way that all the towns and all the villages and all the cities and all the districts and all the states and all the countries are afflicted by the same problem. So nobody is coming from outside or will be coming from outside to help us. We have to help ourselves. Whatever medical force is there available in the local situation has to come forward and help. So, coming back to the fear factor, how the fear can be combated. Because when the fear within is defeated, you become extremely powerful, extremely courageous. And on top of that, the compassion mounts. Then you become a great personality. You are an asset to the society. So at this moment of time, how to curb the fear? The greatest of methods of curbing the fear is to take shelter of the personality to whom the fear personified is scared of. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to him, the fear personified is fearful of. So at the highest level, although we are doctors, we are fighting the battle in front, we need to get up early morning and take shelter of the Lord in the form of the holy name and get free from fear. Armed with spiritual knowledge and spiritual strength, we get free from fear. Then we wear our gears and come to the hospital and serve our patients. Same thing with nurses and paramedicals. And when we are in the battle, we take all the due precautions. Protect ourselves with whatever medical knowledge we have, share that knowledge and use that knowledge to protect ourselves. So we become fearless, then we will transmit fearlessness to others who are fearful. And when we are fearful, we transmit that fearfulness to those who meet us. So let us decide at this very juncture of time which group we want to be. Do we want to be in the group of doctors and paramedicals who are fearful and who are making others fearful while doing their services? Or do we want to be in the group of those fearless medical people who are transmitting fearlessness to others? In the company of those, others get fearless and they get motivated and inspired to serve. Because again I want to repeat, if there is fear in the frontline warriors, they cannot fight the battle with full courage. Because fear is curtailing down your strength, your skills and your intelligence. And you will not be able to execute all your powers in this battle. So let us decide once and for all, with gratitude in the heart, that we have been bestowed with this opportunity, with this privilege, with this knowledge to serve the humanity at the time of their great need, at the time of this world pandemic situation of Corona. When I am speaking, my heart is filled with gratitude for those who are fearlessly using all their skills and time and energy to serve the suffering humanity. The suffering humanity is looking up to us who are doctors. They are not going to IT people, they are not going to businessmen, they are not looking for cloth merchants to save them. The people who are suspects and people who are infected with Corona, they are looking up to doctors, paramedicals, nurses, and maybe police and government officials who are supporting the service done by doctors. So let us all come together to create the movement of fearlessness, to be on the side of God and on the side of saintly people who risked their lives in the past to serve the suffering humanity. So again, when I am speaking, my heart is full with gratitude for those. Only to that fraction of people who are still harboring fear in their mind, I am requesting them, please do not be fearful. Be courageous. And also we have found out in our yogic shastra that when we take enough oxygen through yogic processes like asanas and pranayam and nourish your body with more and more pranavayu, oxygen, this depression, this anxiety, this frustration, this fearfulness goes away. We have seen that. People who are in depression have come out of their depression by doing regular yogic and pranayamic processes. What I mean to say is, take the help of all the processes by which we can throw this fear away. And with cheerful heart, with courageous heart, with confident heart, let us come forward and serve the humanity. And there is one category of people who are absolutely careless. They need to be fearful, they need to be scared, but they are out of ignorance going around and roaming around everywhere in society, having morning walks, playing in the garden, and doing shopping, and crowding the roads, and risking lives of everybody on earth. It's a criminal act. So I pray that there should be fear where it has to be there in common men. And I pray that when there is undue, illegitimate, more than necessary, disproportionate fear, I pray that that disproportionate fear should be curbed down with knowledge. We need to be balanced. We don't need to be disproportionately fearful out of ignorance, and we should not be careless and irresponsible and do harm to people out of our ignorance. So ignorance is both way dangerous. Let us have knowledge, and the knowledge is available. So government is giving knowledge, internet is giving knowledge, doctors are spreading knowledge. Use that knowledge. Don't be bored so much that we come out and infect others. Let us be sensible. With these few words, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the doctors and nurses, and all the policemen, and all the government officials, all the cleaning boys and girls and cleaning men and women, all the people who are feeding food to all those daily wages who have lost their daily wages. This is the time to come up with the compassion to serve those who are in need and in suffering condition. Thank you very much, and with all the prayers in the heart, with all the best wishes, I thank everybody. Hare Krishna.